really do, because he saved it. Could have pretty gone for an M4 instead if he wanted to, but he felt like, yeah, I can go toe-to-toe with an AK with this one submachine gun. It won't be easy, but he does have device over here trying to distract them, so maybe that is going to be enough. They're sneaking in close to to Shadow right now, and Dupree's down there. Is there going to be a flashbang out? He'll put one out himself and then go for the peek, and instant shot down there. Crims with a good headshot. Device playing CT spawn, and coming up connector is Cajun as well. Sipnic's going to join Device. No bomb plant yet, with about 20 seconds left, and Pronax has it. He's making his way up here, but it's taking quite a while. And finally going to commit to it.
Well, 3 shots coming in from Crims, and JW decides to give him a hand. Crims still alive, and Crims, no, it's Pronax to get the final fight and win it. Pronax even saving the AWP, but 3 kills for Crims. 1, the initial frag, opening up, taking out Kerrigan from short, but then a double entry onto the A site. Not too shabby. Great work there by Crims, allowing for that bomb plant to come in from Fnatic. And that's a big round win right there with that plant.
Bit scary as well as Fnatic. I mean, both the last members, they were very low on health.
Yeah.
They could have gone down, so close round, but not close enough. 5-round lead for the Swedish team. And double AWP set up for TSM. This is double AWP, 1 M4, and then 2 pistols. Kind of TSM throwing it all on this round. Maybe they'll have one more chance, but then they'll almost be fighting for overtime. They want to stop Fnatic right now. Device, ready in connector. He moves away just as Fnatic are going to walk in. Very unfortunate timing. Grenade on down, going to be just a tiny bit to Pronax. And Olaf has made his way into the ladder room. And definitely such a strong position.
Yeah, he can wait for the rotation. He can actually try and get eyes into window as well later on in the round as the time ticks by. But Fnatic are currently rotating back, and it looks like they want to head over towards the B site. Xyp9x has currently set up shop here, however. It's going to buy a little bit more time, but there's a minute left on this clock, and they have a single smoke. I think that just went out there from Kerrigan, and only a single flash now on Dupree. So no nades left here for TSM to run down this clock. It's going to come down to the straight up shots, and Xyp9x gets spotted. This is not how it's supposed to go here. His life is flashing before his eyes. Will he be able to take anybody with him? We'll find out in a second, and he does, in fact, get the instant headshot onto Crims. JW is in position, however, to return on that, and they already have Olafmaster out onto the B site. And what?
Oh, no. That's a spectator. A spectator getting
That has
denied.
got to be a first. And Device face palming, so clearly something happened there with Device. Kerrigan's still focused, but he leans back. I don't know what's happening. Now, at this point, Xyp9x doesn't even have his hands on the keyboard. It looks like Dupree.
Oh,
Dupree,
well,
everybody.
We're
yeah.
gonna find out. We're gonna find out what happens soon enough.
I think it's pretty clear here.
Maybe. I think we're gonna have to wait and find out what happened. I mean, either way, it looked like Fnatic were gonna win that round. They were in pretty good positions for it. Damn, that's definitely a bit of a trick being thrown at us there. Don't think we've tried that before, but this is the first time for everything, right?
That's gonna be throwing us for a little bit of a twist, yeah. I think as far as they're concerned right now, Fnatic, man, I can't believe that this is actually happening here. Device looking focused, so they're probably getting back into it here. It's going to be putting us into the 21st round, assuming Fnatic won that. Assuming Fnatic won that, that's going to put them up on 14. This is now going to be a very difficult situation here for TSM. Considering they just spent all of their money in that last round in the bye.
Yeah, I think it's 13 rounds for Fnatic, isn't it going to be?
Let's see.
I think so.
1, 2, yeah, 13 actually. But
So
it should be 14 essentially, just because I don't think that they're going to have the money to hold them off.
yeah, true enough. It'll be real tough for them here. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, Fnatic have they really came alive on this map. That's all there is to it. That first half, really, really good. The one shot that TSM really had at doing it when it was what, 9-4? They could have maybe brought it up to like a 9-6 scoreline, and then Fnatic stole it away. They just stole it.
Well, that was a force buy actually from Fnatic.
He said.
And yeah, that actually turned it all around.
Yeah, really big stuff. So I mean, that might have been the one of the big chances that TSM had. It's not that they're definitely out of it here, but you can tell they're talking some things over, trying to figure out how to get back into it.
And we probably have a pause coming through here. Basically, it's been initiated. One hopes. Well, they're still looking fairly focused at this point. A lot of talking happening over on the Fnatic side. Of course, Pronax just looking. Well, Pronax, Olafmeister rather. He is not looking amused right now. And that's going to be a little bit tricky now for...
You can see everyone's just kind of shuffling, waiting around.
Yeah, this is definitely a pause, just waiting. This is a first. I've never had this happen to me, man. Back authentication or something like that on an observer. that is not something that we see every day.
It's next level. It's next level.
All right, we're
All right.
into it.
We're going to be back in here 14-7. Fnatic did pick it up, so I think they did play another round there, but obviously Fnatic just, trashing TSM when they had an eco. And Crims, well, he did get the 1 kill in. Now, favor here for Fnatic. Carrigan going to bring it back into a 3v3. No bomb plant yet. Sipnix doesn't realize, he does spot out Olaf Meister. Olaf has no idea he's being shot at, and somehow Olaf gets that, wins that battle. That's ridiculous, and Cajun goes down as the last man. What a confusing round. Looks like Sipnix maybe could have had that kill 2 or 3 times, but they just weren't sure. And Olaf didn't hear the shots ringing out because of the silencer, so very confusing. That's going to be 15 rounds for Fnatic.
And Crims, I think he had the luckiest timing as well when he dropped down into Sandwich. I don't think anybody had any idea that he was actually playing that close. I think Dupree didn't get the eyes on him before he actually dropped down there. So now it's going to be Crims to start things off with the AWP. Crims peeking top mid into window, probably based off of his spawn. But he gets that shot, gets the job done. And in this force buy for TSM, they're already down a man. JW, however, on balcony, getting caught out in the open, and he gets flanked out by Cajun. Rapid play there from TSM, managing to get in there and trade the kills, but it is not going to be enough in this situation. They're able to trade effectively, Fnatic, and they bring it back to a 2v1.
Sipnik's last man here to try and prevent Fnatic from winning the map, and he's trying to see if he can rotate back, change his position, but he has no idea where the bomb is. He has an idea about where Flusher is, because that was called in from a teammate. But once the bomb goes down, Sipnik is going to have to go check out A, then realize there's no one there, maybe get the kill on Flusher if he's doing a really good job, and then go back to Pronex without a kit. I mean, this is almost impossible, isn't it? And now that Pronex knows that he is, he's going to walk in and Flusher will finish it. Great job on Fnatic. 16-7 victory. Right back into the grand finals here. That's now a 1-1 map score. And we've got 3 more maps coming up potentially.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's going to be Inferno, next map in this series. That is also a map that it could go either way on. Yeah. Now it gets very interesting, guys. But that's the kind of... hard to predict these kinds of outcomes, essentially. Cobblestone, TSM dominate. Mirage, Fnatic just look unbeatable in their old shape. And this on a map that TSM are definitely not weak on. Mirage is one of their strongest out of the pool.
Yeah.
So this is, both, it's going back and forth right now, opposite to predictions. Great times, and that's exactly what we want for a grand finals. But it's time for a short break before we hand it over to the analysts to break down what we saw here on Mirage. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Bizarro World where nothing makes sense. So it turns out that TSM, who were pretty good on Mirage, they've just lost to Fnatic, who they've beat on Mirage the last 2 or 3 times I think it is they played him on Mirage, and they got absolutely battered as well. I think went 9-0 down at one point.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? This final's been crazy.
Yeah, well, like I said before, this map, it's really going to come down to Fnatic, how they're going to be able to channel that energy, the negativity that obviously was going to beat there after getting beaten like they were on Cobblestone. And boy, they were ready. They were here, and they were making statements that they are here to compete. But at the same time, you got to give kudos to TSM as well on that T site, where they eventually learned that middle was out of business. There was no entry for them there, and they went for the set place for A, once for B, and that's how they grinded themselves a lifeline on the map. Turns out it wasn't enough. Fnatic was just on point, and they were individually overperforming TSM and as a team as well.
When you talk about middle being shut down for business, that was mainly down to JW, who pretty much abused TSM, I guess is the word you were doing.
Oh yeah, he definitely did a lot of filthy stuff to that team on Mirage, but yeah, he was definitely kind of the driving force for Fnatic. He set the tone very early, and that was something that was completely missing on Cobble for Fnatic. So that was great to see, the fact that he he got into it really early, and it also I guess it alleviates pressure as well from the 4 others, kind of makes them lower their shoulders and get the opportunity to get back into it. So yeah, as you said, it's kind of bizarre world.
Yeah.
Nothing's going as it should, and like all the numbers lie, and we're just sitting here like idiots.
I mean, that was bizarre world there. What you guys just missed while we were talking, it showed the clip, of course, where JW just went, Carrigan, who's been clutching for fun this entire tournament, like the standout performer for TSM, yeah, arguably. I'm just going to sit in the smoke and diffuse. Yeah, and he's just bam, 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 bam. It's just, again, balls of steel. I've said it a few times.
And, I mean, it was like so many situations where you thought, all right, TSM has a huge advantage in this situation. And then you see something ridiculous like Fnatic double nading the exact right spot to nade, and then someone just blows up, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-2, and they have the huge advantage. And like, it was like a huge domino effect, round after round after round, until that 9-round point where TSM started to pick up a bit of it.
So, obviously now, this could be a big swing point in the series, because we're going to have Inferno, and Fnatic have already beat TSM on Inferno at this tournament, and beat them convincingly on it. We tried to contextualize that by saying TSM were pretty tired by that point in the day, but the counter-argument to that was, well, Fnatic had come in a little bit earlier that day, so they were probably tired as well, right? So no excuses. Fnatic, historically, have been amazing on this map for so long now. Just their CT side is just disgusting. TSM must be sort of thinking, right, we've done the hard thing of beating them on Cobblestone, which they've never lost offline, but now we've lost our map, and now we're going into their comfort pick. So tell me what you guys are thinking about this now.
For me, I think you're going to start to normalize. I think we're going to go back to seeing more, I guess, things going more the way we kind of figured it would at the start of the series. So I think this is going to be a Fnatic's map to take. They won there yesterday in pretty convincing fashion. They look to be doing pretty alright for themselves now, shaking off that first initial shock from Cobble, and I think they're just gonna keep on trucking from that on. And I'm gonna be happy about that as long as my prediction lives. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
It's all about the prediction. I'm obviously out the running. You're still in it. You said 3-1 as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
But then again.